Underneath the city, you can find tunnels and former beer caverns that even served as speakeasies during Prohibition. And there's also something else in the tunnels, including unexplained paranormal activity. So I braved a haunted experience with American Legacy Tours and learned what visitors have never left.
We call this time of year haunted season. It starts like mid-September, goes through all of October into early November. And then once the first week of November is over, people switch into holiday mode and nobody wants anything to do with the ghosts anymore. So just sit there till next year. But this is our busiest time of year because we have 6 different ghost tours. All our 6 tours are haunted historical walking tours. They're not haunted houses. Nobody from American Legacy Tours is going to be jumping out like dressed as a clown with a machete. We always say if that happens, just like follow your guide because we will be running the fastest. That being said, a lot of our tours, we have the great blessing of being able to go into different locations, and this is where we hear stuff. So we hear growling come out of here. They heard the baby crying. Some weird things can happen depending on the group and the energy of the group, and sometimes depending on the day and time. Our paranormal team have told us there's a belief, there's a barrier between our world and the spirit world, and at certain times or in certain places that barrier is very thin, which allows spirits to cross over, and we believe some of the places we're going into are places where the barrier is very weak. So certain things we hear on tours is people hear voices, they hear knocking, they hear footsteps, we've been hearing growling, baby crying, we see things sometimes. Delightful, isn't it? So this is some of the equipment that we use on the tours. This is an EMF reader. It monitors electromagnetic frequency. Oh, here, this area is also pretty haunted by the ghost of Christian Moline. So he was one of the most famous brewers to come out of Cincinnati. He built the brewery that's located right here. So I don't know if he wants to be part of this interview, but it'll beep, see, and now I just turned it on and now it's... Ruby, Catherine, if anybody's there, or anybody else that wants to talk to me, my friend Mikhayla.
Yeah, you can come say hi. We're nice, I swear.
These are divining rods or dowsing rods. This is how spirits communicate with you. You hold them like this, and basically if somebody's around, you can ask them to cross the rods for yes and to take them apart or not move them for no. And that way you can find out about certain spirits, their ages, their names, etc., how they died, why they're in the tunnels. And the first time I saw a ghost was on the tunnels that we go to on Nightmare on Elm Street. We also use those for historical tours. And it was a historical tour, and we walked into the 4th tunnel, me and 15 other people, and there was a man in a hat standing in the back of the tunnel. Never seen anything like it. We all just basically froze. You think you scream and run, but you just freeze. And as we watched, after about 30 seconds, he just like melted away. He looked like he was in solid form, and then he disappeared. And so we cut the tour short. Nobody wanted to stay in the tunnels. I've also had children on the tours a lot. They've asked about the man in the hat. There's also a little girl in the tunnels, and multiple children and adults have asked, is there a child spirit down there? I'll say, yes, there is a child, and then they'll be able to tell me the color of her hair and her dress and how tall she is, and sometimes even her name. There's a photo of the rubble pile down in Nightmare on Elm Street tunnels, and there's 2 figures standing in the archway that were definitely not there because that was my tour. I had my whole group down the bottom of the rubble pile, and this woman snapped a photo and was able to capture these spirits. We also have a weird phenomena of footsteps, hearing footsteps in the tunnels, and a woman snapped a photo where the footsteps were coming from, and there's a figure standing right there, which we could not see with our own eyes. The haunted season is our busiest season. That's when we're doing them nearly every night. Year-round, you can book a private tour anytime you want. We really love these tours though, because if you are a non-believer, that's totally fine. So you're gonna get something out of the tour anyway. Or your hair might stand on end.